off to second to the last game for the daughter. All stars have started. So we're busy beavers. We get one night off this week, and I'm out of shape. Don't have the coat on today, so carrying everything in the pockets feels a little funky. Makes everything a little tighter. We'll see if my dad's finished fueling. There he is. Perfect timing. See if I got my vent open here. Probably won't get much out of it. Could buy me a new helmet mount. Maybe get a little more wind in the front. The mount I have now holds the camera right in front of it. Not a bad mount. Works good. But just look for that alternative. A little better airflow. So, I haven't made a video in a while. Been working away, softball. Did a little bit of turkey hunting. Miserably failed. We had a lot of birds talking. Just couldn't get one to commit. Had them 50 yards down over a bank. Talking for 20 minutes or better. Just could not convince. Then they went mute on us, and that was the last we ever heard from them. Tried to sneak in on another one. We had to get across a field and up a hedgerow. I think he finally spotted us trying to move in on him, because he shut right down. I asked the boy if he wants turkey hunt next year. He's pretty much opting out on it. Not his cup of tea, which is fine. He tried it for this year. That's all I asked for. Put the old sunshade down tonight. I don't know if I care for this sunshade. It rides a bit more on the ridge of your nose. Something I just gotta get used to, I guess. But it does cover all the way down across the bottom. My old one, it always left a daylight gap at the bottom. So, number 6 again. But yeah, turkey season's over for us. Now, it did go fishing over the weekend. We went on Sunday morning. Supposed to have a buddy to go with me. I texted him and told him to have a life vest. I do not supply the life vest for my friends. That's up to them if they want to go. Have your vest. I'll pick you up at 6 in the morning. Showed up at his house, sat out there for 15 minutes trying to call him. He finally texted me, I don't have a life vest. So he didn't go fishing with me. Called my dad, or texted my dad, asked him if he wanted to go fishing. Said, well, you gotta give me time to get around, which you gotta expect because he wasn't ready for it. So he got around and we left around 7:30. Went fishing, no trout, some sunnies and some crappie. We tried trolling, we tried drifting, we tried spinners, we tried every powder bait. Couldn't raise a trout to save our lives. But it was all in the fun. We fished for a good 3-4 hours. Enjoyed the time on the water. The old corn's finally getting up there. First year this field on the left has been planted in I don't know how many years. I don't think I've ever seen anything else but hay made in that field. That's interesting. They grow corn and soybean down through here. A little bit of wheat here and there. The deer and turkey been out and enjoying it. Enjoying a pedal bike. Mine got a motor. So yeah, daughter's second to last game, as I mentioned at the start of this video. We got one more game back over here in Wellsboro, Pennsylvania. That's Thursday night. They're calling for some rain, so I don't know if we'll get that one in. All games have to be done by the end of school, which is the 7th, this Friday. So I don't know if there'll be any makeups this year other than what we have going. She did make All-Stars. Started practice last night, Sunday. Practicing 4 days a week. And then she has these 2 games. The only night this week we get off is Tuesday. Tuesdays and Saturdays so far. Practice is on Sunday. It is what it is. You want your kids to advance and excel. We don't do it until the evening, so we're not interfering with people's morning rituals. Everybody's entitled to their beliefs and rituals and time. Practice on Sundays at 6. I wish it was a little earlier. Get in, get done, get out. That way you're not sitting home. Hurry up and get kids in the shower and get to bed. I guess it won't be so bad after this week. Our school is done officially Friday, so won't have to race home to get everything done. They have the morning to do whatever they gotta do. Definitely got a shower the night before though. All that hustling and bustle and sweating, a lot of cardio in All-Stars compared to what my daughter gets in her little league side, which is not a bad thing. It's great, more the better. Coach of the All-Stars has a daughter on the team. She missed a play last night and made her run out to the fence and back. So he says, that's my daughter, I can do what I want, which I believe 100%. I'm gonna tell him my daughter does the same thing. You got all rights, send her. I believe in equality across the team. People don't like it, that's on them. After you jog so many runs and this and that, you'll straighten up, you'll toughen up, and you'll make the plays and do things the correct way. That's how I look at it. It only makes you better and stronger in the end. Daughter's first year ever doing All-Stars. She was going to go last year and backed out before tryouts. This year she tried to back out after she did try out. We instructed her there's no way you're backing out. You already made the commitment. I believe once you commit 100%, you are committed. If you don't want to play after this year, that's her choice. I'm not going to force it. I just asked to finish the season mowing some hay down. And weird seeing these fields being worked. They usually aren't worked, only these upper ones. This guy here has always had beehives all the time I grew up. He has a little bee shack back there. Elementary school, we did a field trip there. See how they extract the honey and all that, and got to taste the fresh comb, and very educational field trip. I'm not sure if we're allowed to have bees in the borough I live in. I would love to have my own hive. I love honey. I eat it every morning. Well, can't say that I eat it. I put it in my coffee every morning. I have no problem taking 2-3 teaspoons right out of that jar and eating it. Put it on your ice cream, pretty good that way. Nice hard candy topping. Go a little light with the honey. Does get overpowering. Put you on a heck of a sugar high at nighttime. Not always the best thing. Been using the Next Gear flat grill quite a bit. Every weekend we try to cook something new on there. Let me know in the comments if you want to start seeing some of them videos. We can definitely start videotaping that. You guys just gotta let me know. Getting the camping gear around. Finally got my camping chair, camping table, my air mattress, my fire maple cooking pot, my saw. I gotta get me a spork, long spork. That way if we eat dehydrated meals, I ain't getting my hand in the bag. I already have a sleeping bag and tent. I want to get some taller water bottles that fit in our tusk panniers. Taller the better, as big as it'll fit, just for the fact of that can be my cooking water. Not sure if I want to get into getting a bladder for on my back or not. I do have one, but I don't dare drink out of it now. Been sitting in my shed for quite a while. Bought it back when I got my forestry pack for fighting wildfires. Only used it a couple times. Never cleaned it after. My fault. So I don't believe that one's in very good shape at this point to be using now. It's been sitting there a few years. So if I do that, I'll have to look and buy a new one. Not sure if I want all that weight on my back. It'd just be nice to have the Camel for my drinking water. Then what's in my packs as my cooking water, bathing, brushing, whatever I need. The thing about out riding, you can always find a gas station somewhere, unless you're completely out in the BFEs. Bung Beep Egypt, if you don't know what BFE is. So you always find a gas station, find some water, refill. You always have your Sawyer life straws. You can get water right out of the creek and refill your pack. You can always take your tablets, iodine, put it in your pack. I'd rather keep the chemicals out of my pack. Just one more thing to make them go sour on you. So, I don't know. Just some food for thought. Nice thing is everything is going to transfer over, so say. I want to do some hiking and backpacking, hammock camping. Dreaming, however you want to say it, of a hot tent for the winter times. Can't quite convince the wife or the kids go out and do some hot tent. They don't understand once you get the fire in the tent, it ain't gonna be that bad. I do like the fact of being out in the middle of nowhere and having something to do in the middle of winter. I mean, you show up, even if you went out now and pre-cut wood, had it stashed away out there at predetermined locations, you could actually have a decent little camp out. I mean, yeah, you gotta dig your wood out, but if you cover it over, pine boughs, all that good stuff, it'll be there. Most of it'll be dry. So I don't know what we're gonna do. Like I say, that's another hope, wish, and a dream at this point. The hot tenting, that's quite the tents ain't too bad price. It's a stove, and obviously you got to buy a well insulated 4-season pad, a well insulated sleeping bag. But other than that, I mean, I'll pretty much have what I need to do the trip. So just the initial cost of that stove that's holding me back. I keep looking around on Marketplace and stuff every now and again, seeing if I can find a decent used stove or a hot tent. Not sure what style I want to go with yet, but we'll figure it out. I like the idea of having a floor in my hot tent. You're walking on the cold, well, you're walking on the cold ground, but not walking in all the dirt. Most of them have an open floor. I understand why. You got fire in there. I mean, it's just another fire hazard. They make the fire blankets and all that stuff. put under it, so you ain't gotta worry too much there. So yeah, maybe down the road we'll start buying some of that stuff and start leaning towards that for the winter time. There's a good chance I'm gonna get laid off in December to March, so I mean I'd gladly be able to go camping every day at that point. Enjoy the winter. What else is there to do in the winter? Sit around and have fun. They're kind of getting to the age they don't want to do much in the winter time. Parents ain't cool anymore, kind of scenario. I guess it's time to start finding things that entertain Dad. I'd love to get my wife on the train, but I don't know if I'll get her there or not. Maybe if I get it, set it up in the yard, her come out and sleep in it with me for a night or so, get a decent sleeping pad. Might change her mind. I don't know. Only time will tell. She's usually pretty dang supportive of what I do. She just laughs. Complain there. Beautiful day. I think on the ride home from work it was pushing 82 degrees, I think it was. So a beautiful ride this evening. Threw my coat in the wife's car. She drove the car over, took the daughter. I waited for my dad. So I threw my coat in the car, that way I have it for the ride home. I'm not, my dad's wearing his now. He's got to be sweating, but he said it ain't so bad when you're moving, which true. You get that breeze in there. I'm not a fan of wearing it on these hot days. I sweat looking at the sun. So I wish the Pennsylvania weather would straighten up. Seems like we get 2 nice days and it rains for 5. Just crazy weather. So PA licenses go on sale June 24th, I believe. And on that day, in 3 wildlife management units, you can apply for your doe tag early, a day or 2 early, I think it is. From my understanding, they're guaranteeing everybody that puts in the tag, I believe it's resident only. Last year, a couple of them sections sold out before they even opened it up to out of state. So I wish we would go back to the old, by the county. The section that I hunt, 2G, is quite the span of land. It goes clear down to my sister in Clearfield, and I'm in north central Pennsylvania. Our town that I live in actually splits in 2. The town I work in splits in 3 different zones. So I think they need a little better system there. Oh great. Thought that truck was turning in down here. Allergy's been in overdrive this week. Pollen levels are ridiculous. I own a black truck. It's green on neutral. Tree pollen is ridiculous right now. Myself in the old sneezing fits. I don't believe in taking allergy pills. I'll deal with it. Less medicine in my system, the better. There's natural remedies, and honey is one of them. Eating the good Lord sows. Be a home out here for sale. Kind of curious where it was right there. Just a little cottage, shed cottage. Reminded me of one of them tin garages with some siding on it into a garage. Be an older gentleman there. Hopefully everything's okay with him. I don't know what to do showing up for the game an hour before it starts instead of an hour and a half. Well, crazy. There's one thing we got reminded at All-Stars, we have to be there an hour and a half early because we're only allowed in the cages at this time, field this time, this time. Whole new set of rules for us. It's our first year ever doing the All-Stars. I don't know if I'm a fan of this sun visor. Kind of resting, bumping the bridge of your nose. Kind of weird. I guess I could not put it down all the way. I don't know. No number 6 yet. I wish this bike would hurry up and grow. A couple nice weekends going. We have a camping trip booked with my daughter. We always do a father-daughter night or weekend night, whatever. This year it's going to be a whole weekend. Going Friday night, coming home Sunday. I let her pick the food and where we go, and always sleep in a tent. We're going to be doing that this year at a state park here locally, at Hills Creek State Park. So, can't wait for that night. We do have 4th of July weekend booked there. That'll be a good weekend. Be going there Wednesday night till Sunday, weather permitting. Sleep in a tent, so keep that in mind. I will try to drag the camera along. Our sites do have 0 electricity, so not sure how much we'll get it done. We'll gladly follow along with the camera. Put that home in not too long ago. Drunk driver out here all over the road. Cool spot down through here. Woo-hoo. Good. I love them little honey holes. The ride's worth it at that point, especially on these warmer days. Old forestry supervisor moved up to a fire investigator. Congratulations to him. This place is always a zoo for parking, so it might get interesting here. Right here in the front field. Where'd my wife park? There. Alrighty, that'll be that.